You are listening to the podcast To Be Single or Not to Be by Shanna Montana, a podcast where we talk about the single life, dating, and relationships so you can make a decision at the end of each episode to be single or not to be. So today's topic is independence in relationships, and are the ladies doing too much? Whereas some people may say we are not doing enough. I feel it's so necessary to have this conversation because sometimes it really seems like us women cannot win for losing. It's like if we have our own everything, then society says that men feel like they can't do anything for us. And if we don't have enough, then society says that men don't want a woman like that, or that we are thirsty, or we're begging, or a whole lot of other derogatory things. So, well, I know that we are not out here living and dying by what society says or living and dying by the sword of a man. I think it's still necessary for us to have conversations like these to evaluate where we stand, if we need to change anything, or if society and men are the ones that are really tripping. So in order to have this conversation, I felt it was necessary to bring in some ladies, some single, some married, some been there, done that, got the t-shirt. And quickly, we're just going to go around and say hello. So Tori, tell the people hello.
Hey.
Janae, tell the people hi.
Yo.
Quanda, she's the first one on the podcast. Y'all welcome her. Say hi.
Hello.
And last but not least, we have Miss Crystal.
Hello.
Look, I'm sure y'all can recognize her. We know when she's in the building. All right, so ladies. And guys, I want to say for the guy listeners, I would have loved to have had a man to come on and give his perspective for this episode, but he didn't. So you have to listen to what we have to say about it.
Don't be scared, guys.
They are all scared. I don't know why. So anywho, in 2019, ladies, what does being independent look like to you? What's your definition of being an independent woman? You know, you can speak from you personally or what you think society thinks it is.
I think being an independent woman is basically, not having to depend on somebody else for your needs or your wants. I think that's point blank a great definition of what it means to be independent.
I think, it does get to it. Yeah.
Right. Basically just like, I got me. When all else fails, like being able to say in the end, like, I got me.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that independence is not something that we ultimately all signed up for. I would say that I think if we all could have the perfect husband, a chef, a butler, a maid, if we could have all those things and not have to lift a finger, we would. I don't think there's anybody out there that would turn that down. But I think that what we have gone through in life, our experiences, what we desire for ourselves and our family, have led us to get to this place where we know if there's something out there that we want, that we don't necessarily have to wait on a man to get it. And so if we have a man, that's always a great thing. But for those of us, speaking for myself, that don't, in the meantime, in between time, we have to figure out a way to go get it. So I like that, not depending on somebody else basically to make the magic happen. So tell me, what does independence look like when you enter a relationship? Because it changes. You can't move how you used to move. You can't do, and that's I think a qualm I'm coming to terms with as I'm out there on the search high and low. Mac Wiles, Clay Thompson, whoever listening. And as I'm on the search high and low for my mate, that I'm going to have to give up some stuff. And I'm trying not to look at it as a bad thing. So that's why I really want to dive into this part. What does you all's independence look like when you've been in a relationship?
I think that's called compromise, what you just said. That doesn't, like you said, giving up things doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's compromise. What I think independence looks like in a relationship, I think it should look like another term, which is interdependent, which means we depend on each other. Okay. Right? Meaning we both bring value to the table. We both have something to offer. That's what an interdependent relationship is. I don't think that in a relationship you should be quote unquote independent. You should be interdependent, meaning both of you have something to offer and both of you can offer that other thing to that other person.
To the other person.
You both bring value.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What do you think?
I'm over here blinking.
I know.
I'm just saying, I can't really say that my life changed when I got married. I feel like the only thing that changed is like being in the streets with you real late at night. But I'm still in the streets streets with you periodically. So I don't know.
But this is what I want to hear.
Compromise. I think so. Cause I'm still fairly independent, and I'm working on that. Because he'll tell me, he'll be like, "Nah, relax, I got this." But I think it's a point where you have to allow yourself to do. For people, it's not them doing something for you. It's more so him just meeting your needs.
Okay, I can see that.
Which are like, what are your needs? Because I'm trying to calculate what's your needs.
And I'm glad y'all saying this.
Different, because I am, like the 5 love languages.
Okay.
I am a gifter.
Okay. What's your love language? Do you know?
I speak it all. I speak it all.
I like gifts and words of affirmation. When I took and I got those results, I was like, yeah, it's pretty much on point.
Okay.
So, to me, gifting doesn't necessarily mean come home with a Birkin every day either. Like,
what does that look like for you?
To me, it could be like he knows every other weekend I may go get a manicure.
Okay.
So he may text me and be like, "Hey, I want to take care of your manicure this weekend."
Okay.
Or just like little
small
stuff
things that he knows about you.
Right. Or bringing home sunflowers.
Okay.
Those could be like $5 from Kroger.
I guess no nigga ain't never bought me flowers.
Stuff that I would normally do for myself to brighten myself up. He may meet me in the middle because he knows that's what makes me happy. If that makes sense.
And that makes sense.
Was it hard for you to allow him to do those things?
It was very. Because
Why?
I'm the oldest and I was raised by a single mom.
Okay.
So I was like the second mom. So I'm used to doing stuff for myself. Like I lived alone for 2-3 years. He lived with his parents. Well, he was in school, so that was just the easier route. But to him, it was like you already are like this ultra adult
independent woman,
right? Like
who's out here doing it. So
right, I pay all my bills by myself before. 21.
So did that ever intimidate him? Because that's something I hear thrown around a lot here. I think when a woman it kind of matches some of the things you're talking about, a man will say, "Oh, that's intimidating." What? Because I pay my own bills.
See, that's kind of where
I don't think so.
That's where I don't understand because I'm supposed to know,
right?
And I'm supposed to be able to pay my bills, right? You just entered my life now. I was paying bills before you entered my life. So
if anything, that should be impressive.
I don't understand why.
I think it should be impressive.
It should be impressive, and I would think it would be the expectation.
But it should be the expectation. I know it should impress you if I pay any else, but it should be the expectation that she's doing these things.
Right. I should be able. I'm a capable and able-bodied person. Like I should be able to do these things for myself. Now I welcome you to do
the assistance.
The assistance.
Yeah.
But why would it be surprising?
Right. But I think it might be a cop
intimidating to him. If it was, he never spoke to him.
Let it on that you know. I think it may be a cop out. Yeah, it should be intimidating. I think it's a cop out for some guys to use that as an excuse. But I do want to segue back around to you because for me, not that, I'm learning and listening a lot about marriage and relationships and stuff. And I think just in my mind, I've kind of set that, like, once you say I do, that your identity, like, goes away. Because you sometimes hear some women say, like, I just don't want to lose myself in my relationship or lose myself in my kids. I still want to keep my identity. So did you feel like, you were just kind of strong enough in who you were that once you got married, you just kind of keep keeping on,
Yes. For me,
okay.
See, my personality.
Let's speak for you.
My personality, I've always been one. Like I will go to the movies by myself.
Okay.
I will do my own 2-step. Like she say, she buy flowers and do her own manicure. Like that stuff that I did. And speaking of like paying bills, when I realized I was done paying rent, I got the Laverne house when I was 24.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So
you already ahead of the game.
I was established, but then when I was dating, hell, I was vulnerable. I need you to help pay this bill. Like, it flipped
you are front. You communicated.
So, and going back to the question of like, or not the question, the statement of like some gentlemen being intimidated if a woman has their stuff together. As soon as one of y'all said that, I thought like, okay, but most men are raised in our culture by their mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And or maybe she needed a little help or they took that lead of being the man of the house. So they say most women marry their dad or most men look for women that, resemble
like
their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think a lot of guys are immature in the sense where they're looking for someone to take care of. And if they can't do that, then it, degrades them in a way. Or
I do think it's, like you said, maybe society's definition of what independence is. Like, it shouldn't mean like I need you to I wouldn't be able to do this if you were not here. I'm not going to be homeless. Like,
right.
I was able to pay my bills before you. But again, that's a relationship is a connection. So we should be able to, and we should like doing things we should appreciate men doing things for us.
Right.
But I can't respect a man who expects me to fall apart if you can't do that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's a different thing.
And so, what were you about to say?
But the thing is, even if you're in a relationship and say you get in a relationship where you want somebody or somebody come in and like, okay, well, I want to do these things for you. That shouldn't stop your grind. That shouldn't stop you. If I work 3 days a week, I'm going to keep working 3 days a week. You know, I can just put that money in my savings account or,
whatever I want to do with it.
Do whatever I want to do with it. So go ahead, carry on. Take care of it.
Yeah, I think that's when women lose their identity.
Appreciate you.
So do you think that, how do you balance that of being independent or needy? Like how do you address it? How do you move to navigate that? Because it comes down to what Quanda just said, having a balance. You don't want to be to the point where you are begging, you're being needy. But you don't want to be so independent where you telling a nigga like, nah, I got it every time you go out.
Like, why you gotta be nasty?
Yeah, like,
you gotta be rude. Okay.
Right, like every time the situation warrants itself. So where do we find that balance of being? Does it
I
come
think when you're securing yourself and your purpose in life?
I think
that is just that's really, really important. I think that's something we don't preach to our young women these days. It's like not on a common factor, of course. Some people do, but we just don't preach purpose. We kind of preach grow up, become a teacher or whatever profession you want to do, and then you become a wife, and then you become a mother. But nowhere in between that do we focus on purpose. So I think once you have a hold on that, whether a man paying for it or you got it, I mean, that doesn't
really
matter because you're going to get out there and do what you know you're on this earth to do anyway.
Right.
I think, too, sometimes in society, what I find or what I feel is like when we talk about an independent woman, we kind of equate that to two things. What? Finances and sex. Sex. Right?
Okay.
But more or less financial. Meaning, like,
I
you're
think
too
so,
independent,
too.
it's like financial. And that, to me, being independent or, needing somebody in a relationship, it shouldn't just be about financial. Like, I feel like as a man, you shouldn't necessarily be threatened by a woman being able to financially take care of herself.
Right.
What the hell you thought I was doing before I met you?
Right. It goes back to that.
It's a balance because most men, and I'm not a man, but I just feel like they think if I can't take care of you, then what am I here for?
But I think there's a lot of things, and that's why I said it goes back to, I think there's a lot of things that you can provide for me. Can you provide a masculine?
Can you provide
support?
Can you provide proper communication?
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Can you look me in the eyes? Can you take your sunglasses off and see your eyes?
Exactly
Like the basic
right.
shit.
It's a whole list of shit you can provide. Mentally, emotionally, physically. It's a whole lot that comes outside of the money.
Men don't know those.
They don't.
Men think about money. That's what they think.
I don't think they realize
I
that's
think
important.
It's okay to think about
That's why you said
money.
they don't realize that it's important.
Yeah, I think they know it's a thing. It's just like, oh no, I'm sure.
It's
she
so
just
many
need me
things
to
you
do
can
this, that,
provide
and the third.
outside of financial.
But I think
and we
it
still want the financial.
Yeah.
Now,
Be
don't
clear.
get it twisted.
But it's that masculinity, almost that toxic masculinity that has taught men, like she said, they're looking for their
That
mom
if
and a
it's not
partner
the
or
money-
looking for certain things, or if they don't have a certain amount of money, how am I needed? Mainly, and I've touched on this before, men tend to think if they aren't in a certain place financially in their life, then most times they aren't really looking for a woman.
They really
and then once they reach that pinnacle of whatever that is for them, then they decide that, yeah, I want a woman in my life. And if you show up and you match my fly financially, then we got a problem because... you pull out the black card just like she does, and I think for women, since we are talking about if it's too much, I think we have to find the balance in that. Say if you are with a man and hopefully you are equally yoked, then you just have to know your place. I think sometimes you can't feel like, yeah, I'm going to pay for every meal. I'm going to keep paying the bills.
But that comes with communication about learning one another.
That men have to bring. Gift me with communication. Gift me with that.
If I'm at the restaurant and I pull out my black card, you pull out your black, you need to communicate that with me. Like, baby, I don't like that. Like, you gotta chill a little bit. You know, like that comes with communication.
And it also comes to the fact you have to know what your partner needs, because you should be the yin for the yang of your partner. Like you need to know what needs your partner has. Right. And that's to me when you found the right mate for yourself.
This is making me think about my ex-boyfriend.
What did he do?
Ex, the crazy. So these are a lot of like red flags to pay attention to. we were in a relationship, obviously, and he was the provider in their relationship. Not that I didn't have it, but I feel like that was a way of him showing that he cared for me and having his muscle bent. Like, he was the guy.
Yeah.
So, several situations. I can remember we went to a hotel and the concierge or whomever the person was came and got the bags. We got checked in and everything. Then I looked over. The concierge was with us on the elevator. So I whispered to him. I was like, did you? No. And then they took the car, the valet park. I was like, did you tip the people? And I'm whispering, did you tip the people? And he was like, we'll talk about that in the room. So when we got to the room, he snapped off on me about asking him about the tip.
He would have said you was too independent.
And that's what it was. I think, like, it irritated him, but it irritated me, you know? And I feel like I'm trying to be the yin to your yang.
But tell me,
if you
what made you ask him about tipping instead of just trusting that he had did it?
Because I didn't see him do it, but I could have missed it, which is why I was asking. Okay. But then another example,
I thought it was because the people were still hanging around.
Yeah, I mean they were still around, and I didn't see, they were still around, and I didn't see him exchange, you know, a tip to anybody. So that's why I'm asking. Yeah, I don't want to miss it because you know we kind of shaded, so I don't want them to look at us like they don't know what to do. Because we do know what to do, you know. And sometimes we be busy, we miss stuff. And then another quick situation, we were at a dinner table, and when they set us, we were near the kitchen, the two doors that flop open and close, but you can hear everything in the kitchen. You can hear the spoons, the dishes clicking, like it was just so much commotion.
Too much.
I was like, I really don't want to sit here. You know, when you go to the restaurant, sometimes you don't want that seat, you know?
Yeah.
So I asked the waiter, could we move somewhere else? She was like, yeah, well, let me see. And then she came back, and she was escorting us to another table. I had on some really, really high heels. We had already got our waters, and I was thirsty as hell. So I was drinking my water, and it was some good filtered water. So when she came to escort us to the next table, I picked up my glass, and I think I picked his up too, and I had my clutch under my arm, and I had to tiptoe. You know, sometimes the heels, different like textures of floor, you can slip. Right. So I was walking real cautious, and when we got to the next table, he got mad at me that I got the water. He was like, "Superstar, why didn't you just leave the water there? Like, we could have ordered you another water." I was like, but I was thirsty, and this water was good. So, like, he would get into it with me about making decisions and stuff like that. I was like, wait a minute. Like,
that sounds like...
So, I feel like he's insecure in himself.
I
just... those characteristics of being insecure in yourself, because
that's beyond.
Like, it's okay. Like, there's something I can do
beyond me.
In my situation with him, I feel like I was an independent thinker, and he didn't like some of the things that I was.
He didn't like you being an independent thinker. Like, he didn't like that.
That wasn't right.
And I don't think you should ever be in a situation where you have to ask permission for everything.
I'm nervous to ask you because I feel like you finna
snap.
Yeah, like, should I?
But now, still speaking of him, he's with a Latino girl. Mm-hmm. And I know sometimes their culture, that can be a little feisty. Yeah. But looking at her, like, she's really passive. Okay. So, in thinking about, like,
she the yin.
I couldn't be the one.
That's what he needed.
We didn't connect.
No,
but now he's gotten somebody that's a little bit more conservative and passive, somebody that probably will need him or reach out to him more. Whereas me, I'm like, look, I'm hot. You want me over here sweating? I'm gonna drink my water and your water. Now what's up? You know.
So that leads me to ask, like, do you all think that men these days just want passive women, since they think, you know, a lot of us are too independent?
It's safe for them.
It's safe. I don't think all of them do, but some of them, I do think.
Why is it safe? Why is that a safe zone for them?
Because you can do what you want to do, and they'll just
no consequences.
They just ride the wave.
Yeah, it's just kind of like they'll just ride the perfect. Ride
no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they don't want love, they want convenience.
And again, too, I think it's part of that misconception of what a woman should look like. She should be passive, you know,
especially us.
Yeah,
I hate to even go there.
Mm-hmm. And to me, there's so many. I mean, you can be submissive in a strong way.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm very submissive.
So what does submission look like in you all's marriages? What does your submission look like?
I feel like me and my husband are the yin to yang. Yeah. There are certain things like he'll tell me no, and it'll be a firm no, and I know like okay, it's just no.
Yeah.
But then he might give me another no. I'll be like, baby, come on, like please, you know. So I feel like we compliment and compromise one another.
Right.
But I try to be submissive in a way. If he tell me no, then you know I listen. Or I don't know. I just pump him up. Like, you know, if I got a jar or something, I be like, I need your muscles. Come open this for me. Like, I've learned how to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But that's one thing my mama and my auntie, like, always, like, you ain't got a man for nothing, you know. Let him change them light bulbs, you know. So
I've been told that before, even if it's something you think is really small.
Just ask him.
Yeah, to let them do it.
Just skittle
and go do
and
it.
he do it.
Float across the room like they on the last carpet.
It's 50-50.
So what?
You
too?
Yeah, you gotta pump them up. Like, you are needed, but I think that makes them know that they're needed.
Yeah. Right.
I need you to change.
It's confirmation.
Even though I could have changed this light bulb an hour ago, waiting on you to get home.
Yeah. I think that's the submissiveness, or what I think about. When sometimes I'm here and I'm like, I'm taking out the trash. I'm changing the air filters. I'm taking the trash in the front. I'm bringing the groceries in. I'm thinking I wish it was somebody here to do all this stuff. But I think that we have to make sure that when we enter relationships that we kind of relinquish those things that we consider to be really simple and small and allow him to step in and do them. Because it may seem like something really tiny to us, but it says a lot, to a man if we are the ones taking the trash out to the curb on Fridays and not asking him to do it. That could be a different conversation.
And sometimes you do it too many times, he get comfortable, and then you get to a point where you like, okay,
you get stuck doing it.
I don't do nothing.
Yeah, like I know.
But it's like
girlfriend.
You're willing to take the trash for your oil change. You've been doing all that yourself. So
so now he's like, why you need me? Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not gonna happen.
I do think that there's a level of, I know a lot of people don't feel like it, or, there's so much controversy around gender roles, which I feel like, again, I just feel like it's about what you need in your relationship, because there are some of those gender roles that, can be, that can just be in question,
Right.
You have your own normals.
You have your own normals within your relationship.
But then it all goes back to communication.
Yeah.
What do you need from me? What do I need from you? Like, you have to, that's why I feel like having the conversations or asking hard questions, like in the beginning of relationships, is important.
Right.
Because I need to know, like, I need to rock how you rock. And
exactly.
But not only in the beginning, even me and my husband still do, like, monthly checkups during marriage counseling. My pastor told us, like, y'all go on dates every week, or y'all intentionally make a date night once a month. Y'all need to do a check-in, like, am I doing everything that you need? Because people change.
I think that's
just
great.
the truth.
And people they get on autopilot. I ran into so many of them that you get in a relationship. Of course, the beginning is great, the honeymoon stage. But once the emoji hearts are gone, if you are not doing those checkups, because life change. You have family, you have friends, you have work, you might have school, you have stuff. Your anxiety might be kicking in more than normal. You might have been watching some shit on TV that triggers something. You don't even know. But if you are with the person, you looking at them every day and you think, oh, she okay, he okay, but you aren't having that conversation, then I think that's where things start to get fuzzy. But also with gender roles, I think that in 2019, to some extent, we got to throw gender roles out the window.
Yeah, to some extent, I agree.
Yeah. Not 100%, but I think to some extent, because we no longer can say, and I'll just use this example because I did before, the man has to take out the trash, the woman has to wash the dishes. These are very small things on a larger scale of a relationship. But it's like, we not in school with a chart saying I got to do this, this, and this just because this is what women have typically done. So I think that men have to open their minds, and that connects right back to the idea of the independence and being connected to money that they tend to look at. That's a complete gender role thing. The man makes the money. If a woman's doing too much, then that's a problem in itself. So I think we all have to, throw those out the window to some extent.
And just like what you're saying, kind of throwing those gender roles out the window. Like, I know several relationships where there are men who are great cooks, and the woman makes
that's on my manifestation list.
I mean, if that's,
because I'm not gonna be the one.
Babe, like, if that's your thing, like, why can't you do it's good. Your food is good. Like, why can't you?
But I think communication, you have to find out if you get with a guy and find out if he likes to cook. Or if he's like, no, I ain't never touched a pot a day in my life. You can't expect him to show up at your house and all of a sudden turn into Emerald Lagasse.
But my point is that if you're good at cooking and you enjoy it, then why should, based on society's role, that's my role,
woman does it.
Why shouldn't you do that? I mean, of course, there's a lot of other things that I can contribute to, but if your thing is that you cook and you bomb at it, like, why can't my man cook?
Keep the party going.
That's just like my house. Like, I cut the grass. Because when I cut it at an angle, so it make them nice, like, cut lines. And when my husband cut, like, it be all crooked and stuff. So, like people's choice, like, vote for me, so I do it.
Right. And that's different.
No, I'm lying. I do not cook. No.
Your ass
that ain't my ministry.
And not playing with you.
The independent, like the super independent single, but nah, I don't cut no grass.
No, I'm definitely paying somebody to do it. And I think that
I ain't never cut grass.
I feel like certain stuff you should pay somebody to do it.
Or two. My pet peeve is I hate pumping gas. I hate pumping gas.
You know how many cars I sat in with a guy and he was not got out to pump my gas?
He wasn't the one. You should have left him there.
And that's why I'm single.
You should tell him to go get you a Coke.
That's mine.
And something, Starbucks or something, and just you came out confused. You would have been gone. I would have been gone.
I hate pumping gas. Please don't.
I have literally
at the gas station looking at each other.
I have literally had a guy literally did not get out the car.
I would ride to eat if I know I'm going to get home and Mel's at home.
We just about to just die. The car, we on the side of the road on E. You ain't pumping my gas.
That's how bad it is. Like, yeah, I need some gas.
I need to look. I'm doing better.
So and just go ahead. With saying that, I hate pumping gas. Well, the guy that I'm dating now, every when I see him on Wednesdays and Sundays, he's like, okay, come to the gas station.
That don't sound good. Wednesday and Sunday.
Well, it's because it's the discounted price.
No, I'm talking about. Okay, I say, is this nigga in jail?
It's like
his release day.
Girl, I'll take a Kroger. I'm like, okay, so what type of?
No, through an app that he has, the gas is cheaper on Wednesdays and Sundays. So on Wednesdays and Sundays. He'll take me to the gas station. He'll fill my car up, and he'll fill his up. But it's partially, it means so much to me because I hate doing it.
Have you told him that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I wonder did I did tell him it means.
Tell him again today.
That means so much to me.
Act like we're him and tell us how you told him.
That means so much to me because I just don't like doing it. But with me saying that, there's other things that he hates doing. For instance, he does not like folding clothes. So when I go to his house, I don't live with him, but I'll fold up his clothes because I know that he doesn't like folding clothes. So I'll just grab his clothes and I'll fold them. So it's just a part of, like I said, filling in and knowing the person that you're with and just really being able to meet those needs.
That is a great example. So when we say a lot of guys focus on the financial part of keeping a girl and or entertaining her or having something to do, towards the relationship with a lady and paying her bills and things like that. That's a great example of how to give great feedback to someone that's doing something other than that. To make him feel macho, reassured, on that high of, I am a man.
Appreciated.
If it were me, I'd be like, oh my God, I just love it when you come and get me on Wednesdays and Sundays. That just make my, you gotta
it really does.
I have definitely not mastered that.
I don't know that.
I have not.
Yeah.
You haven't mastered. Okay.
And I've been married for 2.
Okay, I'm I have not mastered the enthusiasm.
Now, the enthusiasm is no, but I definitely am going to let him know that I appreciate it.
I'm extra, so as long as you can get it out and make a point to where I think where it makes the person feel good, you in a good space and direction to where they're going to start doing more things to get that praise, So I think that's a great league way of the reverse of just
more things to come.
Yeah, more things to come.
It's funny too to see their reaction. You be like, well, when I say that, I love you, pump that gas. All right,
he's smiling from ear to ear.
Pumping gas.
But I feel like it's
still doing it with a beat.
Got the radio on. You didn't even turn the car on.
But I think it still plays into us as humans, our natural nature to actually need. You do need to be needed. And so when we do talk about an independent one not needing anybody, since you lying now, you may feel like you don't need a man, but you needed somebody, a mentor, a teacher, somebody. Everybody needs somebody at some point for something.
I agree with that.
So the person that claims that they don't need nobody,
they actually need a therapist.
They need a therapist, yes, because something's wrong. That's a
denial.
That's a wall.
Yeah, they definitely need a therapist.
Everybody needs companionship. That's why
everybody needs companionship. Absolutely.
All the above. So tell me this, ladies. Have you guys ever found yourself in a place in a relationship where you kind of lost your independence or started to lose sight of it? Like where you just were not yourself. You were not doing what you normally did.
The crazy guy.
Tell us more about it. So,
girl. So
how did you lose yourself in that? Or
I felt like I was always on eggshells. So I was doing things to make sure I either didn't piss him off or to make sure that I pleased him.
Yes. Amen. I second that.
It basically came routine. Like the things that you were doing, they were not fulfilling. Well, for me, they were not fulfilling. It was just like a routine. Okay, well, I know I gotta do this, or I know I gotta cook or something. But now approaching it differently, like being in a different another relationship, it'd be like, oh, well, I like to cook. Let's make this out of a date night. You bring your ass in the kitchen too.
Yeah,
let's do this together.
Let's make it happen.
Be effort now.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun for me, just like probably watching you, just
versus feeling like you cooking out of obligation. Or what you just said about walking on eggshells. I know I've been in that place with somebody where I was not myself. I was walking on eggshells. I was trying to make sure I didn't say nothing to piss him off. I was trying to make sure that, whatever I'm planning stuff, hoping that he want to do it. Like, your life starts to mirror around this person.
Or evolve around
Evolve, that's why I said that's the right word. Yeah. Evolve around the person, and you have lost your feelings, what you want, your needs. It's almost like you've given them up to that person. No, and at that point, the relationship is over. It's over. It's most times it's no relinquishing.
The saddest thing about their relationship, I had a dog that I really, really, really loved. Like, she was the smartest dog, just amazing. She was easy to train. Like, I could open the door and tell her to go out and use the bathroom. She would go use the bathroom and come and sit at the door until I opened the door. And
Did he
she
kill
was
the
an
dog?
80-pound dog. Huh?
Did he kill the dog?
No, he didn't like the dog. He felt like she took away a lot of my time.
Oh, no, yeah.
The dog?
The dog, girl, he had issues. Like, when I look back, like, he did not like my dog.
No, he didn't like himself.
He didn't like himself. I gave the dog away.
I knew you was gonna say.
Go
for
find
my
a dog.
Relationship.
Go find a dog.
Girl, and my mama talk about that. Like, if I was to call my mama right now and be like, you remember my dog Jayla? She gonna be like, I don't know why you got rid of that dog. That damn boy was, great. But yeah, so I
would
was
never
doing
get rid of my dogs for a person. Like, you have to be a dog person. I would never get rid of her.
What made you say? Like, I know because that's the ultimate case of losing yourself.
Yeah.
What made you say I'm gonna give up my dog for this nigga?
Because, so I was working a very stressful job. He was actually long distance.
Okay.
So when I would have to go see him or we would meet, like, it was a hassle with the dog. So he always complained about, like, oh, well, you just can't come because you got to figure out a plan. Or, like, if he was to come to Nashville, I don't know, he just always had something negative. So I feel like it rolled into my spirit to where I started not feeling the same way, but feeling like, okay, well, this is a burden. And if I want to move forward with my relationship, I'm going to have to eliminate some things.
You had to sacrifice the dog for him.
And I did. And I was so heartbroken. Like,
she gave up the dog for that.
Should have gave up the nigga, kept the dog.
I was hurt.
You should go find a dog.
I got 2 dogs now.
To make up for it.
But okay, so
and my husband at first was telling me no.
Like, no, like, I'm gonna do it again. I'm not giving up my damn dog.
I'm not.
Girl, no.
Bye, you can
I
leave.
ain't giving up my dog.
But so listen, this is a perfect example of how sometimes we get into these relationships and we see the signs, we lose ourselves, and you ignore them, and you make decisions that we later say we wouldn't have made where we been in a different space. So how did you come back from that? How do you redeem yourself after being so gone?
I told you this before, and I don't know. Look, I told you this before because we talked about this on another session. I think we did, but I don't know who gonna believe this, but this is like so true. Like, right hand to God. I knew he had issues. That was given. Like,
oh, I think I know what you about to say.
And for me, being in the field that I'm in, I should know this because I help other people. So it's no reason why I should have been in that dysfunctional and toxic relationship. But I had a dream, and I was laying on the couch, and there was a door, and I could see the light coming like through the door, and he was standing there with a hoodie on, blocking the light.
Wow.
And when I woke up, I was like, okay, Lord, so I'm not going to be on CNN with my family talking about what a good person I was.
Yeah, being on Nancy Grace.
So I feel like that was a sign. So I just like woke up that day and I was like, all right, no more. I can't live my life like this. And I'm not going to be nobody's victim.
Yeah.
But
because you've already been victim enough.
But I think for a lot of women, especially with getting out of like relationships like that, like toxic relationships like that, I think for a lot of women, we do wake up like that. And we wake up one day and it's just like somebody just knocked up beside the head like, yeah, you gotta roll the fuck up out of here.
Yeah,
like,
it's over.
But it's just,
thinking about
you already.
Because in your mind,
I really thought about it. I would think it was just like something just told me. Now I did a lot of praying and a lot of meditating before it happened, and it was just to the point where I just woke up one day like, yeah, we ain't gonna work out.
Yeah. This not gonna work no more.
And he didn't do nothing wrong at that point. You know, everything was okay. Like
most times, by the time you break up, y'all be in a good space. But the space been so fucked up for so long.
Yeah, he was like.
Yeah.
Like to this day, that makes me feel like.
Because it's like you done fucked up for 6 years and you've been on your best behavior for 6 weeks. And you think that it's going to discount it.
Yeah, but every test.
Yeah, but the last one, and now you want an A on your on the final grade. No, you got all F's and 1 A. And that's what I think that.
But you remember what? But you remember what you and I talked. I don't know if you remember the conversation that you and I had, like in a relationship, like when y'all break up, like you've been breaking.
You spend half of the time of your relationship breaking up.
So
you with somebody for 4 years. 2 of those years you were spending breaking up, and I could testify to that. You know, to in every degree, because I feel like in my last few relationships I was unhappy more than I was happy, and I was in a place, and partially because I had lost some of my independence, that by the time I got to the space of saying, okay, this is not it anymore, it had been bad for so long that little glimpse of happiness was no longer enough for me to sit in and say, you know, because sometimes we'll hold on to that, like, it's going to get better, we going to be okay. I got to that space where it's like, I can't do this anymore. So I see exactly what you mean, but I think we come out of it. It is absolutely like you have a dream or you have a revelation. You've been praying, meditating, talking to God, and then one day it's like it snaps.
But the key is to listen to it.
Oh yeah,
not everybody don't
listen. I always say, look, like Poltergeist, Caroline. When I tell you, I just in the past maybe year or two I used to always wonder, what is intuition? How do you know? What is that gut feeling they say feel like? I just learned, and now my gut probably be kicking in when it don't need to. Like, and I be nervous, like, oh, like I'm not, no, get away, back up, you know. Just ignore it. Yeah, so I don't ignore it. No, if I think it's an inkling of something.
Been working since I don't know when.
Nah, mine has failed me.
Yeah, I've
ignored it. Listen, I haven't ignored it.
Look, when I know it's an issue coming, and you be like, you put your shades on. Yeah,
I think it was always there, but I always ignored it.
Yeah,
I always ignored it.
I never ever ignore it. Ever.
You had to. That's how you wound up in toxic relationships. You ignored it just like us. At some point, you ignored it because you knew you should have been gone long before you left.
It's not that easy once you in deep to just like.
No, I get it, but I'm saying though, our intuition, even though it's easier said than done.
She don't always work at the right time.
Nah, she worked, bitch. She worked. She worked. You didn't want to listen to her. You didn't want to listen to Siri. Siri told you to stop.
Siri fucking disrespect.
No, Siri told you.
She went charged.
Siri told you to get out. She said get out. Our intuition is always there. We just gotta know what it sounds. Because I used to think like, what the fuck do your intuition sound like? Yeah. What that feel like?
Take your ass home. It's after 1 o'clock.
That's what it sounds like.
That's exactly what it sounds like in 2019. And I listened to her.
They didn't do your middle name.
Maria.
But you know what? As women, we definitely don't give it enough power. Like, I do feel like we've been taught that we have it, but it's like, ignore it. No, it is a real thing. Intuition is so real. And we definitely.
It's that little voice telling you, like, girl, this is not it. He's not the one. Don't look at his phone.
Every day
don't do
it's
this.
like, girl, no.
Yeah. No, if you have to have a conversation about your relationship in your head by yourself.
Right.
It's too much.
Every day.
It's above you. Every day.
It's above me now. Like,
this is the best way to understand or to tap into your intuition. If you don't know when your intuition come out, if you see a fine guy and you get real close up on him and he got hazel eyes and you think, bitch, that ain't his eyes. That's your intuition. That's your intuition.
No need to ask, no question.
You already know
that he got color contact.
That's your intuition.
Or you standing there and you see a guy approaching you, and before he approach, you be thinking in your head like he with that shit. Before he even get over there, you already know.
Yes. They say your body kick in. You get sweaty palms, anxiety, butterflies. Ladies, that shit do not mean you like him. That's anxiety. Run the other way. If a nigga give you butterflies, don't be with him.
Here go another one. If you getting off the highway, Bell Road 24. 24 the highway 24, and you see somebody homeless coming with a sign, and you know you look the other way, but you feel like they gonna still come to your window.
That's your
intuition.
Because every time they'll knock or just stand there.
So wait, hold on. What y'all saying? When
clear.
somebody say, "Oh, I'm in a relationship," I still get butterflies when my nigga come in. So is that the intuition that the nigga been out cheating?
It depends.
You feeling something? I can say that.
I ain't never been wrong about that.
It might have been that light. Did he come in with a hoodie? It was in the light.
My early 20s.
God was like, I gotta do some extra for her.
You never been wrong about what?
I ain't never been wrong about a guy talking to somebody else.
Like picking up on it.
Or like picking up on. I feel like he's talking to somebody else, but I've never been that girl to go through his phone or nothing. It's just something like something always was in my mind, and then I'll ask. I've never been the type of girl to not ask any questions. Like if I got a question, I'm gonna call you and ask you. Now,
that's a good point, but I do think, you know, like how many out of all of us, like, have you ever had like that inkling that they stepping out or something like that, and it was true?
Yeah.
On point. Most of the time.
I'm not saying all the time though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
now, not saying that all guys do this, or you know what I'm saying. You may not have other things that you feeling, but again, a lot of times the intuition is on.
What my dear say, if you got to looking through his phone, they your answer right there.
Exactly.
If you feel that,
if you feel like that too.
Yeah, because he doing something to make you feel insecure anyway.
And sometimes we be too relaxed, because I have a friend in this now moment that's been dating a guy for 3 months, and they've been on and off with the dating and, you know, learning each other.
Already?
Well, they've been, when I say on and off, they've been like going a date here, date there. Well, maybe not on and off.
They've been
casually going out. That's a better way to put it. And just in conversation, catching up with her, I was like, so how the guy you been, you know, dating? How that's going? She said, oh, girl, I don't think he the one. I said, damn, he not, because he's trying to be somebody's flower girl. What is the problem?
What did she say the problem was?
He don't believe in the Lord.
Oh. That's one of my non-negotiables.
I said, wait a minute, but why does it take you 90 days to get to the realization that he don't believe in God?
Yeah,
because an independent woman like me would have been like, what you eating on this Sunday day after church? Like, what you got?
Exactly right.
Why did it take us so long to figure that out? Did you find out, like, what?
She don't ask them type of questions.
So they on dates asking about what's your favorite color?
I don't know.
I ain't got the time.
I was there.
That's the first date question.
They eating.
What's your sign?
What you believe in?
Church,
yeah. Who's the head of your household and the light of your life?
How much did you tithe this past Sunday? Like something.
When you better that's your relation factor. Like, what church you go to?
Yeah.
Oh, I know such and such. They go to that church.
No, that's a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah. I don't understand.
It's a non-negotiable for her, but I don't understand, like, why.
What took her so long?
Yeah, so
that's too long.
She's probably, you know, in her head, she's thinking somehow maybe it might change.
Or I could change him.
I can change him.
Well, she was assuming that he didn't. You can't assume.
You can't assume. You showing the hell can't.
So tell me this. What, when it comes to being independent, because that makes me think that's something else. Your friend. Okay.
Bring her on the show.
Yeah, she needs to come on and talk about that.
Hello.
So, you know, when it comes to being independent, being in a relationship is going to require us making some accommodations in our life. You know, I think on an upcoming episode, I think it airs next week, one of the guests said that we should, when you have somebody come into your life, you should add that person to your life, but not start to subtract things from your life to make it work.
Yeah,
so say if you have,
so
if you have things that make you, your independence, what you do, you find a way to compromise, bring them in, you know. So tell me, you know, in you all's experience, what have you all done to ensure that you've done just that? You've added him in instead of subtracted, because it was so crazy on the episode when the guy mentioned it. The first thing when we talked about somebody new coming into my life, I automatically just sitting here started thinking about, okay, so what do I have to remove and change? I immediately, my default brain went to, what do I got to remove to add somebody in? Not thinking about if you're adding value, I can just add you into what I'm doing. You know, things that I enjoy doing, we can do them together, things of that nature, whatever the case may be. So tell me, you guys, what does that look like to you, or what do you do to ensure that a man feels, you know, comfortable in the way that you're adding him to your life?
Wait a minute, because
are we talking about friends?
No, relationships,
husbands,
but What?
So when I add him, or as a husband,
so it's something you enjoy doing.
Well, it don't have to necessarily be that. I'm just saying, period. When you are in a relationship or a marriage, what have you done to make sure you added the person in your life where they felt valued and you didn't feel like you were lacking, or they didn't feel like they was a bother? What would you?
This could be a tricky question coming from you because there was a date situation to where she was out with her homegirl and invited homeboy, and homeboy, like when she invited him, when the invite came.
Scratch that story.
You need to go to the next question. Because I'm gonna flame your ass up on this show.
Well, I'll bring it back. I'll try to bring it back in.
Like, are you talking about taking away things?
So I'm saying
I had to end a friendship.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. I like the sound of that. Yeah, let's go. You had to end a friendship.
That wasn't something I expected to do, but it was disrespect.
So give us details. What happened?
It was a guy friend, her best friend.
No, it was like girl. It was like
what happened? Give us details.
She liked you, didn't
No, I don't.
Look.
She dated him.
I don't think she was gay.
And
The listeners want to know.
Well, this is my husband now. Boyfriends is like, okay, yeah, we just ain't gotta go out together, like.
Yeah.
But at this point, we're married. So, something was said behind my back about him and what she didn't like about him and his personality. Now, my husband is he's not rude, but he's very quiet. So
but he's your husband.
Right.
Not my nigga.
Period.
Right.
Period.
I'm glad she don't like
period.
Right.
So I was like,
right now.
And then
He ain't her man either. So.
Like, back in 2009, I would have called or pulled up.
Yeah.
So what's the issue? Like, let's discuss this person. Because you had to call somebody else that you thought wasn't going to call me.
Yeah.
Like, so you're obviously not thinking straight.
Not at all.
Let's talk about it.
So,
but I just,
she felt the need to express about.
No, you should. Okay. I'm glad you don't like.
I haven't even went there because it's really not my worth, my energy.
I don't want nobody to like them.
At the end of the conversation, we still can't be friends.
Yeah, this is true.
So we really talking.
It's no coming back from something like that because I can't trust you.
Yeah, it's no point even talking about it.
Okay, so that's a good example. One where you had to add and remove.
Right, but that's what I was like. Are we talking about like?
It go different scenarios. So do you got an example or either one of y'all about how you have added or subtracted? How did you make the man in your life feel comfortable with his placement once he got there? Because that's the area of opportunity for me. I struggle because I have been single for so long and I have a lot of girlfriends that I hang out with my friends a lot. So when I do get in a relationship, sometimes I just kind of disappear with the nigga. Or I start talking to a nigga and I ain't dropping my friends. So the nigga mad because...
So it's the balance between...
the girls get more time than he is. So I'm struggling with balance. So I'm trying to figure out from you all, how do you balance and bring this person into your life and for the listeners to make sure...
to outings with
us.
Or he needs a life of his own as well.
This is true.
we separate our lives. Like we have our girls trips. I have my girls trip. He has his guys trips. So
it just has to be balanced though. Yeah. Like like you said, you have to foster and you gotta cater to your man and you have to foster the relationship that you already had. But I feel like when you have people that love you in your life, neither one of them should ask you to compromise either relationship because it's supposed to be a mutual understanding. When we love and we are, in this all together, you shouldn't ask me to compromise my relationship with my man or spend more time with you than my man, and my man shouldn't ask me to not ever spend time with the people who've already been in my life.
He had to tell his mama. I'm just playing.
I'm gonna say, wait.
Hold up, wait a minute. Look. But I think that comes down to communication.
Yes, communication.
You have to be able to communicate. I think that being clear, because I'm a planner by nature, so I plan everything. So I think that if I just take the time, and if I'm with the right person, I won't mind making those accommodations. I think before, not being partnered with the right person, they didn't move like I move. They didn't drink like I drink. It's like I always say, I work hard, I play hard. And I found it hard to find a guy who can balance it the same way that I do, because I know my energy is always on like an astronomical level, and it's hard to find somebody who can match that. So I end up slowing down, and then I'm mad.
And then I think sometimes we as women naturally try to slow down.
But why do we work so hard to accommodate these niggas?
Dudes don't even want you to do that.
Like, you see that vein come out her neck? She said that.
I feel like Jackie Christie on Basketball Wives. Why do we work so hard to try?
Who gonna check me?
Why do we work so hard to try to accommodate men?
I don't know. Or do we do that for
I
everybody?
don't feel like we work hard at doing that. I think it's just women
relationships.
just naturally just
We
like
do that. Mm-hmm.
Your
I
natural
don't
nature.
think it's just like a hard thing to accommodate men.
I think we just kind of.
I think it just comes
Naturally accommodating to everybody.
I think to anybody.
Women
even
are
like
naturally
friends.
intimate, so I'm gonna naturally be like okay,
Nurturer.
What we
Nurturer,
doing?
Yeah.
You know,
I got a comment about
how you
my
like
friend.
bitch?
Yeah.
My man about to go out.
This friend that waited till 30 days and 30 nights to find out this nigga an atheist.
No, not
okay.
no, not that.
Was he like hotel?
When you mentioned like what do we have to add and subtract,
Yeah.
and I feel bad because I had a really really close friend.
Mm-hmm.
We was like tight. We met each other through a previous job, and we was just real close to the extent where in my wedding I had a maid of honor and a matron of honor.
Mm-hmm.
She was my matron of honor. And then when I got married, like, after I had my son, I had all my little surgeries.
Right.
So I was just kind of down. Then I kind of went through a funk. And then I switched jobs.
Normal life was happening.
Life happened. But
Yeah.
then when I talked to her, maybe, every so often, I think, not the last time, but the time before last, she was like, Dad, you just get married and you forget all about your friends. And I felt bad.
You shouldn't have.
And I was like, I am
she
so
single?
sorry.
Well,
she is single.
She said, you know what?
Yeah, because you went through a lot.
But then,
she didn't go through a lot.
but then, like, she would say, like, cause you still, I see you on Facebook with some of the other, like, she talking about some of my other friends.
So if you can sit on Facebook and watch what I'm doing, you could have reached out to me.
And she has in a mellow way.
But sometimes you have to be consistent.
because I'm breaking that dough down.
Yeah, what's up?
No, I had 3 surgeries after I had my son. If she wasn't there for 2, she was there for 3.
So what was her issue?
What was my issue? I just feel bad. There's no reason. And, maybe the fault is on her, but I just feel bad. So when you just brought that question up, it made me think back to her.
Because I think that with her being there, it sounds like she was there for you, but sometimes when people navigate life, I've had people that I do consider friends, I had to push a little bit harder to maybe connect with them after going through some things, but that's understandable, because if it's a friend, whether I talk to you once a year or I talk to you every day, that's a friend,
She'll always be a friend in my heart, but I feel like once I got married,
it was like that comment is what threw me off. I see you out here, you on Facebook, or where you been, that comment is what threw me off. Like, a person can be there for you, but if you see how I'm moving and you feel like you haven't been a part of my life,
because I'm the pop-up.
Yeah, so
I
just
tell my
reach
friends
out.
all the time. You don't have to ask me. Just call me and be like, girl, I'm going to. You going? Okay, I'll be there at 6.
Yeah,
I'll meet you there.
like she could have handled that differently. I definitely think that she could have handled that a little bit differently.
Okay.
So tell me, also, so on a recent episode, and this is a different segue, we agreed that, or some of the people on that episode agreed that in 2019, women should be out here shooting their shot with men.
Oh.
Yes.
And is this the behavior of an independent woman taking matters into her own hands that a man may look down upon, or is it a good thing? What do y'all think about that, about shooting of the shot?
My pickup line, go ahead.
Or are you
I was just gonna say, I think I listened.
Talking about your pickup
on
line
that episode, and I agree with the gentleman that kind of chimed in where he said it kind of depends on how you shoot that shot.
Okay.
How do you come at that guy? Because I don't think it's anything wrong, with being a woman and knowing that, there may be a relationship you'd like to foster. There's nothing wrong with you going and initiate.
Your energy match mine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with initiating that, but it's how you do it. Like,
that's true.
I mean, it's that plays
how
a big
you approach
role.
it. Because when it comes to the independent women thing,
you come wrong, then
or if you roll up on him, you roll up on his
it.
boys at the bar. You like, I got, let me buy y'all drinks. No, stop.
See, that ain't that. And my pickup line come from the bar. I was just finna tell y'all.
What was you gonna say?
In my single
maybe
days,
y'all need to start buying niggas drinks. How?
In my single days, when I had just got my fresh sew in, I twisted around my finger like this. And
I wish y'all could see her.
If somebody had their phone, I'd be like, "You put your phone out so you can put my number in there."
Oh, that's cute. Well, I was watching a real.
You came over here so you can ask me what kind of drink I wanted. Like shit like that,
I think that's cute, flirty.
Yeah, it is. Like for me, with me and one of my guy friends, we still like cool. Like that's still my homeboy. But when I met him, like it wasn't a situation where he was like, "Damn, what's up?" It was me. I'm like, what's that dessert? Like, let me get some of that. Bring that over here to the table.
That's an easy way to with food and drink to kind of play. Like, that drink for me,
it's
easy.
Let me get some of that.
So I think you're right.
So.
Shooting up a shot.
Skating. You go skating. And he got on the same rental skates you gotta make up some shit.
She's got skates.
You gotta be like, damn, let me see your wheels. like this.
You know what?
Start that conversation. Get that spot.
I think everything we're saying is fine when it comes, and I think that doesn't cross the line of being too much with independence.
Yeah,
it's like
doing the most.
Yeah, when you're being a little bit too
I
aggressive.
said I'm extra.
But
I'm
sometimes
real
women
extra.
are.
Well, that was cute. Those are cute.
Yeah, those are cute pickup lines.
Intimidated when women are too aggressive.
Yeah. What's y'all got any examples of like a woman being too aggressive?
Like,
When you taking me out, like I feel like that's too aggressive.
You know, let me tell you something. My pet peeve I see, and it makes my skin crawl when I see women do this, like out in the club when they try to make a dude hug them, and I could tell the guy don't want to hug him.
Yeah.
They like bring it in, looking, and I'm looking at the nigga face like, girl, he do not want to hug you.
Fuck up my future wife might be in here. Like,
and I'm looking at her, but you have those kind of thirsty girls that, and those are the thirsty ones that are kind of like just always around.
Yes.
But it's like nobody's vibing with you. You the girl that know every nigga in here, and they wishing they did not know you.
Right.
So
don't be that girl.
The part the one I hate to see women doing is like when the dude is like maybe somewhere right in the vicinity of somewhere, and she like right next to him, like loud. Got to be seen.
That's what I thought you were
I saw one at a party recently. Like she was doing the ultimate most. I could see her in my peripheral.
Doing the most.
I'm like I'm not sure who she wants to see her, but I hope
that's so unattractive. Yeah. Like everybody can see that you trying to get his attention. If he ain't responded, sis, he don't want you.
Yeah,
like we can all see that you putting forth way too much effort to try to get his attention.
That makes me uncomfortable too.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Example. I don't know what I would say somebody that ain't got on no clothes, but that was me.
I was about to say because
I had on a swimsuit and some fishnets
in college.
That's
different, honey.
Oh, you should blow shot.
That is in college. In our 30s, you better not be out somewhere with a swimsuit and some fishnets. I think the aggressive behavior like that, like women trying to force affection from men, women doing the most in a public setting because we've seen them, you know, just being real outrageous, being all in a guy's face when you can kind of tell, because I see if a dude would like you could be in the middle of weekend and that nigga will be in your face in front of everybody, like nobody's in the room. Yeah, nobody's in the room but y'all two. You all in his face doing the most.
His drink, looking at you.
So I think that women have to pay attention to that. If you are, an independent woman, single, just don't do the most, sis. It's other ways to get him to notice you. And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So for today's Living Single question, tune in. As a woman, you're in a relationship, but deep down there's always been a great chemistry between you and your long-term childhood guy best friend. What should a woman do with that knowledge when she's in a relationship with someone else? I have a couple of guests here who are going to chime in for today's Living Single question. So ladies, what do you think?
I just think that it's not. Here's where you're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah.
Here's where it's gonna get fucked up. You have this burning desire, and you have what is chemistry. This nigga may not like you like that.
Yep.
And then the grass is not always green as his. You have to go see my motto in my 30s. Go with what you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go with a short thing.
Yeah, because honey, it's too few certainties in life. Okay.
Yeah.
You can get over here. What may be chemistry, he'll hit you with. I never left you like that. I'm not even attracted to you. You done left your man and your for sure thing for a maybe.
Yeah.
Then if it's that strong and if it's bothering you that much and you feel like it's chemistry, you should have explored that before you got into a relationship.
Yeah.
And if it's heavy on your heart, you definitely let your partner know, because you would definitely want him to let you know if he was feeling a bitch at work or a childhood friend. Like you would want him to pull your coattails.
And trust you're gonna have to risk it all to let him know.
Oh,
so
for sure.
It's a no for me, honey.
Yeah, it's a no for you, dog.
It's a big no.
A hell to the no.
No way.
Jose.
That part.
Yeah, I think she should just she said she asked what should she do with those feelings. She should throw them in the Grand Canyon.
Niagara Falls.
Right, and I say that because if it was that great, like why is it coming up just now? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I grew up with a lot of male friends. Two of my close friends are men, and one for sure I know he has a crush on me, but I'm not crazy. Like, I know his ins and outs. I know what type of person he is, and I'm not attracted to that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep on over here with what I got going on. And yeah, just burn those desires, honey. Go to the gym.
Yeah, can't do anything with them. So our answer is, don't move forward on that because you do not know what the outcome is going to be. But if you want to risk it all, you're on your own with that one, boss. We aren't telling you to do that. But I would say, sis, nah, this ain't it. Let it go. Manifest it when a new full moon comes out. Release it into the moon and let it be. Because it is what it is.
Sage yourself.
Yeah. Sage that out of your system.
Sage them desires.
Yeah. Get them out of the ecosystem.
Stop being your ass. I bet you.
So that's all we have. And make sure that you guys send in your living single questions on Instagram or Facebook to Shanna Montana. And we'll be right back. All right. So what? All right, so we are now back, and we're going to combine this segment with just a little bit more chat about independent ladies, and we're going to get to the resolution. But first, I just want to ask, for our ladies that we feel may be doing a lot or fall into the category of being too independent, quote unquote, what do you all think that looks like if you had to describe this woman? Like, what should she probably stop doing, and what do you think she should start doing? Either one. Feel free to jump in.
Well, one thing I think that our super independent ladies should stop doing is stop saying that you don't need nobody for anything.
Amen.
Everybody needs somebody. Now, if you have preferences, you don't want to be in a relationship, or there are going to be things that we can do on our own, but we all need somebody for something, and you should want somebody at some point for something. So let's stop just saying like we don't need nobody for anything. I think that's
like a wave. I think it's a social media trend. I need to start reading them memes on Instagram. So I think for real, because that's why
it mess people up for real.
It does. People read them and they're thinking like, I don't need to count on nobody for nothing, and it don't even make sense. Like nobody for nothing.
Take it too deep.
Too far.
Stop saying that they don't need anybody and just start being more open.
Yes, to receive the love that somebody wants to give you.
Right. Because you're going to miss out on a lot of life. They're going to miss out on a lot of life and a lot of love.
A lot of blessings.
If they do not. A lot of blessings. Exactly.
It's just like, sis, I know you strong. I know that you can provide for yourself, but I mean, we all need somebody for something. True. So,
and stop. The other part of that, stop lying to yourself. Yeah. Like I think you are, because ultimately, I think in a position, speaking from a single woman, there are things I provide for myself. But when I think about it, there are things that I would like for a man to provide. And again, it's not just all financial.
So
I know it's some things, I cannot do by myself. So I think we have to stop lying and start being honest about what we truly want. But also that goes back to, we have to make sure that we start setting clear intentions about what we want. Because if you are truly okay, I believe you need somebody for something. But if you really are in a space where you're like, I really don't want a man in my life right now, that's okay too. Right. But be intentional about that. The same way we ask for the respect of a guy that's out saying that he wants to date and get to know you, knowing that he just wants to have sex with you. We don't want that. So I think the same thing for the ladies, that if you are so independent or so whatever you want to call yourself, that right now a relationship just really isn't your,
fit in your life.
It isn't fitting your life. It's not your vibe right now. That's okay.
Absolutely.
But communicate that or stay out of these niggas' faces. One of them.
Period.
Look, so
we done.
Look, that's it. The end.
Can I add the start?
You can.
So you said things that we need to stop doing.
Stop
and she
or
gave
start.
a great stop and
stop
for
or
a
start.
And this is hopefully a good start, but start being more open to being vulnerable. And I say that to say, and it doesn't even have to be relationship wise. I think as women, especially women that consider themselves independent, it's nothing wrong with being independent. It's nothing wrong with being confident. But it's nothing wrong also with being vulnerable.
Yes.
And as an example, outside of just a relationship, if you driving down Murfreesboro Road and you know the lane you finna in, don't try to jump over and cut the person that you feel like racing you off to get over. You know, be vulnerable a little bit. Ease on the brake. Let them go by and then get over. Or
makes sense.
So you do a lot of anger.
Yeah, you got
and frustration.
You need to
protect your peace.
Work on compromising and being vulnerable. If it's somebody, I don't know, in the grocery store, and you in the 10 or less item lane, and you got 14 items, and somebody walk up with a pack of gum and some chips, like let them go.
Because you know you wrong.
Work on being nice and being vulnerable. vulnerable.
I struggle. But the vulnerability, I struggle to hardly even say that word. But I absolutely struggle with opening myself up to somebody to be that. Yeah. So
I agree.
It's just gotta be the right. Yeah. It's just gotta be the right person, and I think that you'll know when it's the right. But the next time,
right, it'll be easy. It wouldn't be like, okay, let me
be intentional. Let me be vulnerable right now.
Vulnerable today.
And start with small conversations. You know, when you meet somebody, you ain't gotta tell them your whole, shoe size and your mama.
Yeah. Most times I don't tell them. Most times I don't tell a lot from my side. I ask a lot of questions to find out about them.
I think you should. That's what I do. I look at my friend. She don't even know me. I don't even go to church.
I know things out. So I really do like that. We have to be nicer, protect your peace in that way by being vulnerable and not being
vulnerable. Practice
living on the edge.
Submission in a good way, and being considerate and just vulnerable in more situations. I think it'll help people relationship wise.
And I think the other thing too about us is that working on being independent. You want to treat that person the way you want them to treat you. Like, to me, don't be a taker. Don't allow somebody to do all of this stuff for you. Take, you know what I'm saying? You want all of this stuff, but you're not willing to give any of those things back. If that person is taking the time to do nice gestures for you, you should return. You should reciprocate that and do some of those things for them. It's just a part of like a real connection. Like,
despite what the city girls say.
Absolutely. Don't be city girl. Don't be that city girl.
They just said
I ain't got no man.
And we 30 plus, so man, we are grown. So the idea of thinking that yes, we do want men to do things for us, and all the stuff we've talked about, but it just can't be a take, and you are doing absolutely nothing. Now go back to other episodes. I'm not saying start paying for shit. It depends.
I agree.
It depends.
Me and my husband have the same birthday, so every year. I always say, baby, what you want to do for your birthday? He be like, baby, this is your birthday. And I be like, we literally fight over whose birthday it is and who's going to do what and who's going to get what. But a side note of the birthday, every day we treat each other like that.
Right.
So that should be
that's what you want.
The goal.
I'm going to snap on that one. Yeah. Every day y'all treat each other like that.
Like it's your birthday.
Key.
Like you say, it shouldn't be always Valentine. It's my birthday. Things are great now.
The only thing that annoys me is food. What you want to eat? I don't know. What you want to eat?
Oh my, that drives
that irritates me. But we do. We treat each other like it's our birthday.
Right.
Hashtag that's it.
About it.
And that's how it should go down.
Hashtag goals.
Right. Hashtag that's it. I agree. So anybody else want to add? I think we were able to wrap that resolution and how we should be behaving as independent or not so independent women, however you want to word it. If not, we're going to give y'all a round of applause for participating today. You know what? Tori, please tell them where to find you on Instagram. I know with your blog and everything. Put it out there for the people.
What is it on Instagram? The THEE, just like the best HBCU, the Jackson State
University.
You
know what? You got to scratch.
And I didn't even go there. I went there one semester.
Okay.
That was summer. But
people on HBCU.
The awkward AWKWD, I believe, professional.
That's a lot.
That is. So, we just gonna repost and add each other.
Yeah, look, so when I post on Instagram, y'all will see how I'm gonna tag her so y'all can get it. Because it might be kind of hard to find. But follow, support the movement, all the above.
Tori Brianna.
Yeah, so find her there. Facebook, Tori Brianna. That's the easiest way to go. But thank you all for, you can.
Okay, y'all, I want y'all to go to www.betterthanyourmamas.com. It's my new restaurant.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Repeat. www.betterthanyourmamas.com. Come see you here.
Okay. We got to talk about this offline.
We'll be there.
Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being on the show. Your opinions are valued and appreciated. And we'll be right back with the Montana Minute. So for today's Montana Minute, I'll leave you guys with this. When it comes to being independent or too independent or whatever you may want to call it in a relationship, it is always a balance when it comes to relationships. Without balance, it cannot work. The next thing, always create your own plan for your relationship and what independence will look like in it with your partner. Talk about it, communicate, This will help with finding that balance I was just talking about. And lastly, if your relationship is new, figure out how to accommodate this new partner in your life. It may take some adjusting, but you can do it if you are intentional. So again, and as always, I leave you all with the question, to be single or not to be. Signing off, Shanna Montana.